Hello, my name is Victoria Henderson. I am the Partnerships Manager here at Burnalong, and welcome to your DIY onboarding. We are so thrilled to have you, and I hope that this video helps you along in learning how to post your first class and getting started on Burnalong. All right, let's get to it. So this is your Burnalong partner orientation. We are going to be starting with a quick introduction about Burnalong. We're going to talk about creating and adding your first class. If you have a pen and a piece of paper, this would be a great time to pull that out. Then we're going to go over content quality and how to boost your revenue on the platform. So to start off, who is Burnalong? Who are we? We are a holistic wellness platform. Our philosophy is whole mind, whole body, whole life. We help organizations change the lives of their employees by providing personalized, holistic wellness with social support that helps people along their wellness journeys. A couple things that make Burnalong different. We have thousands of videos on the platform. So many different types of wellness, 50 different categories of wellness content that you will soon be adding to. Social motivation, people can take classes on demand live with their friends. So the on-demand class is in the center, as you see here on the left-hand side of the screen, and then two friends are taking the class together. So essentially they can be taking your class together while you sleep. And then personalization, we do have technology that helps recommend classes that make sense for the user based off of what they have searched for in the past. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about you, your services, and your clients. So to talk about you, you're going to have a personal bio on the platform. This is where you can kind of tell your story and allow users to get to know you. Then you're going to add in your certifications and that bio, as well as you'll kind of decide what class type are you going to do. Are you going to do live classes, on-demand classes, or a mixture of both? Now, while talking about your persona on Burnalong, we need to talk about your clients. Who are your current clients? What do they come to you for in your classes or your office? And how do you help them? This will really help you start to get a good idea of what are you going to start posting on Burnalong? What avenue are you going to go down? Most of the questions that your in-person clients have are the same questions that your online clients are going to have. So paralleling those two things is typically going to be beneficial for you in answering the questions that people have most often or meeting the needs that they have. So talking about that personal profile, you'll have your email, your bio, your certifications, and then you'll be able to add a photo. Important thing to note here, if you're trying to upload a class on the platform and it's not working, it may be because you haven't added your bio and your certifications in yet. So if you're registered on the platform already, just go in right after this and add in those certifications and your bio. If for whatever reason your certification is not in the dropdown, feel free to send an email to partners@burnalong.com and we will be able to add in that certification for you. Next, we're going to talk about your business profile. So this is going to be your more overarching profile for your business as a whole. You may be a sole proprietor, and if you are a one-man show, your partner description, business profile, and user profile can be the same, or they can be different. This is kind of where you'll put your business philosophy, or if you have a brick and mortar and you want people to come see you in person, you can also put information about that as well. You'll add in your website, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Please add those in because we do want to feature you. And we want to be able to let you know that we are featuring you by tagging you in the posts. Okay, this is where your pen and paper are going to start to come in handy. We're going to talk about your first class. So to add a class, you're going to go to the classes tab on the left-hand side of your screen once you get to your Burnalong dashboard. To get to your Burnalong dashboard, you're going to go to well.burnalong.com, and then you're going to be able to see this left-hand toggle bar. So you're going to click on classes, and then in the top right-hand corner, you're going to hit add a class. So talking about your first class, let's talk about the description. So if we go back to thinking about who are our clients, who are we usually serving, and how are we helping them, that can kind of help us along here. So if you're thinking about a first class, typically somewhere between 5 to 15 minutes is fantastic for a first class. It helps you get out the videoing jitters. It is a length that people can easily watch and view and get a feel for you as an instructor as well. So let's talk about who is the class for. Who are those clients that we were just talking about? Do they need any equipment? Maybe if it's a thought prompt for caregivers to help them along, they need a pen and paper. Maybe they need dumbbells. Maybe they don't need anything at all. So think about what kind of equipment they may need. what expectations should the user have of class, or what can they expect to get out of the class? So maybe they want you want their biceps to be on fire. That's a good place to start. And then any other notes of encouragement, recommendations, things like that you can add those into the description. Then talking about difficulty. 1 and 2 is beginner, 0 to some experience, or if it's safe for all levels, that's going to be level 1. 3 to 4 is intermediate, moderate experience. If they've been into your office maybe a couple of times, they kind of know the verbiage that you're going to be using. And then 5 and 6, advanced, should have significant experience before coming to your class. So now that we've described the expectations, how long the class is, who the class is for, and how difficult it's going to be, you should have a pretty good idea of what kind of class that you want to create. And maybe those topics are starting to come into your mind of where you want to start. We always recommend start where you're passionate. It's the easiest to talk about and the most fun to do. So start where you're passionate, and then you can build your library from there. Other things that you're going to need to be filling out is the equipment, optional equipment, goals. The goals are fixed. So these are the goals that we have on the platform. And then let's decide, are you going to do a live class, or are you going to do an on-demand class? On-demand classes should be MP4s, and they will be pre-recorded on any recording device. Live classes you'll do right through the Burnalong platform. If you have some nerves about being on camera, a live class may be your best bet, because right after you finish your live class, you can actually add it to your on-demand library. So if you're a little bit nervous about that filming aspect, just go live and just do it and get your first class up there. It'll make the rest a lot easier. Okay, now that we have the description of our class, we want to create a class title. So for your class title, be as specific as possible and be as general as you can in terms of the words that you're using if it's a beginner class. Beginners may not know what vinyasa means, so make sure that you're as specific as possible in your class title there. Okay, in terms of actually adding a class, what is this going to look like? You're going to hit that Add a Class tab. Then you're going to enter in your title, description, and choose yourself as the instructor. Add in that difficulty level, and then you're going to choose categories. As I said, we have more than 50 on the platform. However, we want you to choose just 1 to 3. The reason we want you to choose just 1 to 3 is we want when users to go in, for them to be able to find the most clear classes for what they're looking for in the categories. So if you're doing a yoga class, you don't necessarily need to put arms, abs, legs, core, glutes. You can put it in the yoga category, and that will be sufficient. Zones are body part zones, so arms, abs, glutes, things like that. You can put them in if you'd like. Then there's that goals drop down, and then the class type. If it's an MP4 upload on demand class, it'll be video. If it's a live class, it'll be live. Then we always have this button for you to certify that you have read the content provider agreement, which you complete during your registration process, and that you can post these classes legally. Then you're going to hit that save class and go to upload button. For your on-demand classes, you're going to see that poster preview. This is going to take a photo once every 5 minutes, and you'll be able to choose from there. Then once you've chosen your preview, you have one more step. This is the most important step of this presentation, so make sure that you hit that Set Active button. Once you hit that Set Active button, that's what makes your classes live on the platform for users to see and get benefit out of. You can also always preview your class if you have a bunch of classes on your computer or phone. You can preview it to make sure it is, in fact, the correct class. All right, moving forward, if you want to do a live class, you're going to make this class type live. Same thing, click the checkbox, save class, and go to upload. Then you're going to be able to schedule your live class. So you'll be able to choose the date, the time, and how long it will be. Hit submit. Your live class will be ready to go on the platform for users to schedule. Now you're thinking, okay, great, I scheduled my live class. I can't wait to go live. I'm so thrilled. I love being on Burnalong. And then you're thinking, how the heck do I go live? So you're going to go back into your partner portal, well.burnalong.com. Head over to that classes tab. Then you will be able to see all of the classes that you've posted and whether they are live or it'll say on demand. What I would recommend is when you're doing live classes to put the date of the live class in the title. That way you can just search for the class. This sorts by date created and not date of the live class or date published. So make sure that you put some type of descriptive factor or just the date in there so you know what day the live class is going to be on. You don't have to search through your partner portal. So you're going to go into the class. You're going to hit that view button. Then 5 minutes before your class, you're going to see Stream Now. Once you hit that Stream Now button, you are immediately live on the platform. We do have a pause video button, and you can always feel free to do a 5-minute test video just to kind of make sure that you are familiar with going live, what it's going to look like on your screen, and making sure that your audio and video are working well on the live classes. There is a network connection button, so you can always check your network, make sure it's 5 out of 5 stars, ready to go for clients to hop on. One thing to know about the live classes, currently it is a broadcast, so you will see yourself on the screen and be broadcasting to users, but they do have the opportunity to leave you a note at the end to say thanks so much for class, for you to interact with them a little bit more. Okay, on the platform, your class will show up like this. So it'll say live, it'll tell the user when the class is, and then they can schedule your classes. Once you have gone live on the platform, you'll give it a couple of hours, maybe the next day, you can go back into that live class. It will have loaded for you, and you'll be able to publish it as a on-demand class. It'll be added to your library. So you'll select your poster preview, hit that set active button, and then this previous live class will become a part of your Burnalong library, just like a pre-recorded on-demand class. So that's why I say if you have the jitters, go ahead, do it live, publish it, and then it'll be on demand. Okay, let's talk about content quality. So quality, number one tips to success. Everyone likes to watch a high quality video. Couple do this, not that. Make sure your full body is in the frame at all times. We don't want to see bicep curls where your arm is halfway out of the video. So make sure that your full body is in the frame for all movement style videos. If you are doing a presentation educational video, you can do kind of professional setting, clear background, things like that, just as Jenny has down here on the left-hand side. One thing to note, other second most important thing here, please, please, please make sure that your videos are hamburger style, filmed horizontally. If it is a vertical video, we will take it off the platform. We do not take down classes often, but if they are vertical, we will take them down. Most of our users take Burnalong on their computer, so we want them to have that great access and great visual appeal when they're watching the classes. All right, let's talk about tech and visual quality. The best file type, MP4. Dot moves work often, but if you want the most compatible, MP4. We do have two types of software for editing that are not compatible. One is iMovie and one is Final Cut Pro. So make sure that you are using other software to edit, but note, you don't have to do any kind of crazy editing. You can just use your phone to trim off the is this thing on and turning the camera off. Tripods are fantastic. Your camera is going to be steady. It's not going to fall over, anything like that. So make sure that your camera is steady. We don't need you moving it around for different angles during the class. Just set up with your full body in the frame. Leave your camera where it is. Then lighting. Natural lighting from in front of you is always going to be the most beautiful and the clearest picture. However, there is a lot of other lighting options that you can use. I personally am a big fan of a ring light. I think a lot of people are. They're super easy. You can get small ones that can help that lighting situation. One thing to note is just if there is lighting from above you, that can create shadowing on your faces and a little bit of graininess. So just do a test. Make sure that you think it's visually appealing before you go ahead and post it. And then keeping a clean background. We're not all going to be like Kat and have a beautiful home gym. However, you can do a lot to make your background clean and professional. The less things in the background, the better, just so that people are focusing on you as the instructor and not your laundry or your cats or whatever's going on in the background. Sometimes we have animals make an appearance. We always love that. But the cleaner the background, the better. All right, moving on to audio quality. Microphones. A lot of our most successful partners do use microphones, especially if you're going to be using music and microphone and your voice at the same time. That mic can really, really help you out. Lapel mics are great for just sitting and speaking videos, and then the fixed ones on that go over the ear are great for movement just because they're not going to be moving around with your clothes. You can do your videos indoors or outdoors. Just make sure that you communicate with your family if it's indoors or roommates, and then outdoor, just be aware of wind lawnmowers. Make sure you check the weather so we're not getting a lot of that audio disturbance. All right, let's talk about other quality. So quality is also the content of your video. So make sure that you're cutting out the "is this thing on?" And then you're going to want to give an introduction. So this can be quick, less than 30 seconds before you hop into the class. But hey, I'm Coach Victoria. Welcome to your 20-minute work break yoga class. This is going to be a gentle yoga class. You will need a mat or something comfortable on the ground to do this class on, a water bottle. I'm so excited to have you. Let's get started. Super quick, I'm telling them who I am, what they need, and what they can expect during class. For the closing, treat this just like you would treat the closing of a session with you. So thank your users for coming into class. Congratulate them on taking the next step for their well-being. Remind them to take another one of your classes. Users can schedule classes on the platform and get reminders about them. So say, hey, schedule my next class. If you're doing a series, let them know when that next series video is going to be out or when they should be taking it. And then always ask for the review. If you've done any kind of sales training or restaurant training, you always ask if they want dessert. You always ask if you want to top off their drink. You always ask for the sale, because we know that if we go on Amazon and there is 5,000 5-star reviews, we are probably going to buy that product. So ask for the review. It'll really, really help you out and help give you credibility, as well as help you connect with the users on the platform. If they're saying those burpees were brutal in the next class, you can say, hey, Jen, I know those burpees were brutal. We only have 5 of them for you today. Make those connections with clients. All right, video length. We talked a little bit about this. The sweet spot for movement videos, 10 to 20 minutes. Sweet spot for educational videos, 5 to 15 minutes. We also have questions a lot about 1-hour videos. If 1-hour videos are your jam, fantastic. You can definitely go for it. However, I would recommend having a couple of shorter videos on the platform so that people can get to know you as an instructor, kind of test it out before diving into that 1-hour video. We also have a category called Take 5. Burnalong actually uses this category every single Friday to start our meetings off. So 5-minute videos that can be a work break, a thought prompt, something interesting that people can do just for 5 minutes to kind of reset in the middle of the day, or at the beginning of work, or at the close of work. Okay, let's talk about branding. So what branding do you already have in place? You can absolutely bring your in-studio or in-office branding right onto Burnalong. Otherwise, what you do consistently will essentially become your brand. So whether that's a saying or a color of shirt or the way that your classes are structured, those will slowly become your brand. All right, talking about timeline. So consistency is key. I get a lot of emails with about 5 classes posted on the platform saying, why am I not making any money yet? Why is this not working? You have to be consistent and you have to build up your library to start earning good revenue on the platform. So think about your schedule and availability and plan it out just like you would plan out any other meeting. Also, my biggest tip is record multiple videos at once. It doesn't matter if you're wearing the same clothes. You might want to be wearing the same clothes. Record multiple at one time, especially if you're doing 10 to 20 minute videos. You can knock out a fair amount of those in, 2 to 3 hours. And then all you have to do is write the description and post them on the platform. Having multiple videos in your bank can really, really help you, because then each week you can just post a new video, be really consistent. Our most successful partners are posting multiple times per week. Okay, moving forward, reviews. Every class, users are prompted to leave a review for you. Always ask for the review, just like we were saying. Then you'll be able to respond to all of the reviews. So you go back into your partner portal, hit that reviews tab. You'll be able to see the review and then hit that view button and be able to respond to the review here. And then you get that blue check mark, some nice gratification for you that you have responded to users. You're making those connections. You're building your crew of people who want to see you. You're building your team and you're building that connection. Okay, boosting revenue. This is all of the things that we've already talked about. Consistency. The one thing we haven't touched on is authenticity. Burnalong users want you to be you. We all know that we have our favorite instructors. We have our favorite people that we even watch on TV. And it's often we like them for some specific reason, but we like them because they're authentic. We like them because we like the way that they make us feel or the way that they run class. So be yourself. It's only going to help you out on the platform. We are real people helping real people. Quality, good quality is never going to hurt you. And then interaction, reply to reviews, and then also communicate with our team. Let us know if you have questions. Let us know if you want to strategize about what way to kind of take your profile, what types of classes to be posting, if you want to create programs, things like that. Let us know, talk to us. We are more than happy to help you. It's our job to help you be successful on the platform. A couple of resources for you. FAQs, as a new partner, FAQs can be your best friend. Next, we have a newsletter that comes out about every 2 weeks. Occasionally, we send out more communication as needed. We have a Facebook group. You can search for Burnalong instructors. And then we have handouts, which is a quality self-assessment rubric. So before you come to me saying, hey, can you check out my video? Make sure you self-assess, check out that rubric. And then a first class worksheet, which is what we went over today, that you can kind of add to go to start planning out your classes. Don't be a stranger. We are super, super thrilled to have you on the platform. I cannot wait to work with you. If you have any questions, email partners@burnalong.com. And we can't wait to see the content and the difference that you make on the platform. Thank you so much. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the family. Let's do some impactful and incredible work together. Thank you so much for coming.